I was born and raised here, and I'm glad to be raising my daughters here, who are now 7th generation local. Most people would know me as the editor of scone.com.au, but before that I went to uni and got a communications degree, worked in the media, but I also worked in issues management, something that I'm going to need with this council. I worked in hospitals, private companies, state government and not-for-profits in Australia and overseas. They called me in for advice for issues with patients, bomb threats, plane crash recovery, train derailments, a range of things. I've been reporting on council for 6 years and there's a series of issues. I'm reminded of what a mentor said to me with issues management. When you go into an organisation, one of two things is occurring. One, they've had a serious crisis but they're setting about fixing it. Or two, you've just found the tip of the iceberg and there's a whole lot more to undo. They've usually had a whole pattern of behaviour and it's not due to any one thing, it's systemic. Council were given all the money to do the Merriwell-Willertree Road, but it was not designed or constructed to basic standards. People tried to warn them, but it was ignored. And when it literally fell apart, they couldn't even use insurance money to fix it because they weren't insured. So now the ratepayers have to pay for it all over again. Nearly 2 years since it's closed, and there's still no time frame or no estimate of money until it's open again. The Castle Sewerage Network was meant to be finished by mid-next year, but the budget is blown out from 2.6 million to 4.3 million, and it hasn't even started. When asked how it happened, council couldn't even answer. The main street of Scone was supposed to be done before the bypass, but 5 years later, and all there is to show for it is these cement bollards. Phase 1 has gone over budget by $200,000, and when James Burns asked for another $200,000, his explanation was, "I don't know, it's technical engineering stuff." In any organisation, that shouldn't be tolerated, and it's even less tolerable with ratepayer funds. There's a very long list of examples like this, and so my first priority is about council governance. Stop them wasting money and start them doing things properly on the things that we all need. Roads, rubbish, parks, the basic infrastructure we all need. Think the reckless spending is going to stop? Think again. Council has purchased land and they want to build an overpass. There's existing rail crossings through this area, but they want to spend millions building an overpass from the new industrial area to the old for trucks of a Tuesday.
It's not needed, they're not listening to what the community want, and they're not spending money on what people think is important.
I've held council practices to account over 6 years and made sure the public is informed, and that's what I'll do from the inside. Council needs to start acting with merit, be open to the community, communicate with the community and be accountable. If you want council to change, then you have to change council. But I can't do it on my own. I would only be one councillor out of 9. There has to be a majority who want change, which is why I recommend also voting for Patricia Taylor, Taya Clout, Belinda McKenzie, Sue Abbott and Lee Watts. If you want change, it's up to you to make it with how you vote.